The Power of the Right Relationships by Dr. Siegfried Howell of MEI Coaching and Consulting. Introduction. Do you truly understand the importance of human relationships? Have you considered the importance of self-discovery in personal and relationship success? Have you thought about the importance of understanding the people around you? Why are human beings social and crave interactions? How do you see yourself when you're truly alone with yourself? Do you like and appreciate what you see? What can go wrong when you do not understand the people around you? Stop and take the time to answer these simple questions truthfully in your journal. Pause the video now to complete this activity before moving on. The smartphone concept. Like smartphones, we are all born preloaded with information, traits, and personality because of social intelligence. I believe that we are all born with a specific purpose that must be realized before we die. Failure to focus on our true purpose in life leads to misery and unhappiness. Everything that is placed within us prepares us for the role we were deliberately placed to complete. We are required to work on our true purpose until the day that we die. Failure to work on what we are here to complete will always lead to unhappiness and emptiness. What is your purpose for being here at this moment? What can you do to better complete your purpose? Pause the video now to complete these questions in your journal before moving on. What does the Bible say about the importance of relationships? 1. Know yourself well. 2 Corinthians 12, verse 15 states that we should examine ourselves well. 2. Choose your friends wisely. 1 Corinthians 15, verse 33 alerts us to the fact that bad company will ultimately corrupt us. 3. Surround yourself with good friends. Proverbs 13, verse 20 states that when we walk with the wise, we will become wise also. 4. We should strive for good decision making. Proverbs 27, verse 17 teaches us that we become better when we surround ourselves with people who are motivated to learn and excel. 5. We will have a blessed or good life. Ecclesiastes 4, verses 9 to 12 states that good friends should provide support, guidance, and strength to us. What do you provide to your friends or partner that highlights the 5 areas covered above? Pause the video now to complete these questions in your journal. The power of awareness. The secret to healthy and powerful relationships begin with true self-awareness. For true self-awareness to occur, you must 1. Know who you are. Know your personality strengths, weaknesses, opportunities for growth, and blind spots. 2. Know where you are on your life journey. This means that you must know where you want to go in life, your vision for the future, and where you currently are, and how to move forward. 3. Your vision must not just be an idea, but a clearly identified path that is clearly written down. There should also be intermediate steps between your destination and where you started. 4. Your intermediate steps should be clearly outlined to create momentum and determination to complete the journey. Also, steps should be taken to celebrate along the way at regular intervals. Do you know the answers to your 1, 2, 3, 4? Pause the video now to complete these questions in your journal before moving on. Self-awareness and personal growth. A. Identifying your personalities. Everyone has 3 personalities that are available to the one. Your birth personality is what you have inherited from your mother and father. This is passed on genetically. 2. Your formed personality is what you inherit from the people around you. This is passed on or influenced socially. It is also known as social inheritance. Available personality is the extent to which you can adjust and change what you have been given genetically or cultivated socially over time. It refers to the degree of adaptability or change that can be observed in your known personality. What are some of the genetically important traits that you inherited? What are 2 socially inherited traits that are important to you? What are 3 areas that you would like to actively improve in your personality? Pause the video now to complete these questions in your journal before moving on. Recognizing our limitations, active and passive. B. How can we recognize our limitations and biases that can reduce or inhibit our self-awareness and development? 1. Limitations and limiting beliefs. Limitations are actual physical, mental, or circumstantial constraints that objectively restrict what someone can do. Limited beliefs are self imposed mental constraints that may not reflect reality. These are assumptions or thoughts that hold us back despite not being objectively true. Two, white noise, referred to as mental clutter and chatter, are the mental distractions like internal distractions and talk that inhibit our ability to focus on what is important. Three, biases, beliefs, and insecurities or internal biases are mental shortcuts or patterns of thinking that can distort our perception and judgment, often operating unconsciously. They are formed through our experiences. Culture beliefs are conscious thoughts and ideas we hold about ourselves, others, and the world. They are formed through our experiences, education, and observations. Insecurities are feelings of inadequacy, self doubt, or anxiety about specific aspects of ourselves. They can result from past experiences, fears, anxiety, or traumatic events. What are some limitations or limiting beliefs that you believe are holding you back in life? What can you do to reduce the white noise and mental chatter that reduce your ability to focus on important things? What biases, beliefs, and insecurities have you observed that reduce or can potentially reduce your self development? Pause the video now to complete these questions in your journal before moving on. Discovering your strengths. We will now introduce three concepts that will be addressed in subsequent slides. The role of EQ and SQ in relationships. One, also known as emotional quotient or emotional intelligence, is your ability to identify and regulate your emotions and those of individuals around you. To be more specific, EQ involves self awareness, self regulation, social awareness, and relationship management. Unlike IQ, social intelligence can be actively improved and enhanced. Two, SQ, also known as social quotient or social intelligence. SI is the ability to navigate and thrive in social situations and build effective relationships with others. It involves having social awareness, social skills, social knowledge, behavioral flexibility, and social presence. Three, the role of 5S in relationships refers to self analysis, self discovery, self development, self reflection, and self assessment. This will be covered later. Rate yourself based on what you discovered about EQ. Where can you improve? Be specific. Rate yourself based on what you learned about SQ. Where can you improve your skills? Be specific. Pause the video now to complete these questions in your journal before moving on. The basic components of emotional intelligence. One, self awareness, recognizing your own emotions as they occur, understanding your triggers and patterns, knowing your strengths and limitations, being aware of how your emotions impact others, understanding your values and motivations. Two, self regulation, managing disruptive emotions and impulses, adapting to changing circumstances, responding rather than reacting, maintaining emotional balance under stress, taking responsibility for your actions. Three, social skills or relationship management, communicating clearly and effectively, building and maintaining healthy relationships, managing conflict constructively, inspiring and influencing others positively, working well in teams. Four, empathy is external and involves others. Empathy is the ability to understand, share, and respond to others' feelings, experiences, and perspectives. It can be broken down into several different types. A, cognitive empathy, understanding others' thoughts and perspectives, recognizing what others might be thinking, putting yourself in their shoes mentally, understanding others' situations rationally, seeing from different viewpoints. Be emotional empathy, feeling what others feel, sharing emotional experiences, sensing others' emotional states. Emotional resonance, experiencing vicarious emotions. Compassionate empathy, moving beyond understanding to taking action, helping others in need, providing support and assistance, balancing understanding with appropriate action, showing care through behavior. Five, motivation and passion are internal components of EQ, setting meaningful goals, taking initiative, persisting despite setbacks, having a growth mindset. So, finding intrinsic rewards in tasks. Based on your understanding of this section, identify your EQ based on your internal and external regulators. Use the 5 questions below to guide you. How is your self awareness? How is your self regulation? How are your social skills? How is your empathy? How is your self motivation? Pause the video now to complete these questions in your journal before moving on. The 5S method to sustain change. 1. Self analysis. Peel back the layers of your thoughts and internal chatter to identify who you truly are. Analyze your decisions and actions to see the common outcomes and effects. 2. Self-discovery. Identify areas of concern and areas where opportunities for growth and development reside. All areas should be addressed. 3. Self-development. Identify a plan of action for continual weekly development. Set up checkpoints along the way to improve motivation and momentum. Use SMART goals to guide you forward. Self-reflection. Take time every week to reflect on your outcomes and progress, compare them to your outlined plan and where you desire to be. Make the necessary adjustments, then continue to move forward towards your intended goals. 5. Self-assessment. Continually make adjustments and modifications weekly to ensure that your goals still align with your current thinking and vision for the future. Make all necessary modifications where needed. Use the 5S to map out a 10-year plan for your life. Backward engineer it to identify what needs to be completed from year 1 to 10 to help you reach your goal for the future. Pause the video now to complete these steps in your journal before moving on. 3. The role of social inheritance in your life and relationship. Social inheritance can be broken down into 2 basic categories: active and inactive inheritance. Active inheritance. This is learned over time and involves participation with individuals and activities in your social environment. They involve observational, direct instruction, shared activities, and practicing traditions. Passive inheritance. This form of inheritance is associated with being a bystander. It is due to environmental influences, language and speech influences, socioeconomic circumstances, historical narratives and influences, and can occur without the individual being aware of the changes. What are some things that you have inherited actively that have impacted who you are as a person? What are some things that you have inherited passively that may influence your relationship in a negative way? Pause the video now to complete these questions in your journal before moving on. 4. Different types of relationships. In our relationships, there should be different boundaries and expectations depending on the type of relationship. There are 4 basic groups of relationships for which we should identify our boundaries and expectations. Family boundaries and expectations. These include our nuclear family, extended family, and step family. Friendship boundaries and expectations. These include childhood friends, school friends, work friends, and neighbors. Romantic boundaries and expectations. These include dating, cohabitation, and married relationships. Other relationships. These include roommates, co-workers, acquaintances, distant family, casual friends, community, and business relationships. What are the boundaries and expectations you would identify for each of the 4 basic types of relationships? Clearly describe each of them so their boundaries and expectations are identified for you. Pause the video now to complete these tasks in your journal before moving on. 5. Strategies. For successful relationships, there are 4 basic strategies that, when used consistently and effectively, can enhance any relationship. Regret minimization. Many of us stay stuck in the past or are anxious about our future and never live for today. Mindfulness is a concept of planning and living for the present and not living with things we cannot fix. To reduce the pain of regret, we should identify our life purpose, search for the gifts and talents that make us unique in the world, identify our values, and use our resources to achieve our lifelong objectives. Asking the questions, what, why, and how for each issue or problem we are faced with can help us become more organized. We should know what we want in our relationships, and from our relationships, we should know why we want what we do from our relationship. Then we should know how we can get what we want from the relationship. Finally, we should know what success looks like within our relationship. This process works best when discussed clearly with your partner. Controlled attention. Using the acronym IDAF, you should be able to identify specifically and clearly what you want, dream of it clearly to intensify the emotion. You should embrace the feeling and see it realized within your mind. Next, you should plan and move forward with intentional action. Finally, you should seek feedback from others and from self-reflection. 6. Fostering healthy and productive relationships. Identifying our personalities. Investment to return, or ITR. The concept of investment to return, ROI, in business terms, in relationships, is about understanding what you put into a relationship compared to what you receive back. Let me explain this in a friendly, practical way. What people invest in relationships: time and energy, emotional support, physical effort, resources, attention, presence, trust and vulnerability, care and nurturing, personal compromises, what people expect in return, mutual support, emotional safety, love and affection, respect, growth opportunities, shared experiences, trust and reliability, understanding and acceptance. Using this concept for healthy boundaries. Assess the balance in your relationship. Are you giving more than receiving? Is your partner meeting your core needs? Do you feel depleted or energized? Is there mutual effort in problem solving? Communicate your needs. Express what you need clearly. Share how certain behaviors impact you. Discuss expectations openly. Use I statements to avoid blame. Set clear boundaries. Define your non negotiables. Establish time and energy limits. Communicate your comfort zones. Express your deal breakers. Practice self care. Don't overextend yourself. Maintain personal space. Keep individual interests. Preserve energy for yourself. 7. Drivers of personal human motivation. Love provides an opportunity for acceptance and belonging, manifestation in healthy relationships, expressing affection, showing care through actions, supporting during difficulties, creating shared experiences, prioritizing partners' well being, belonging, provides an opportunity for acceptance and community, manifestation in healthy relationships, building shared routines, creating traditions together, including in life decisions, sharing friendly circles, making future plans together. Connection provides an opportunity for community and familiarity. Manifestation in healthy relationships, deep conversations, quality time together, emotional availability, physical intimacy, shared experiences. Relevance provides an opportunity for friendship and acceptance. Manifestation in healthy relationships, being included in decisions, having opinions valued, being priority in partner's life, contributing meaningfully, being considered in plans. Uniqueness provides an opportunity for difference and confidence. Manifestation in healthy relationships, supporting individual goals, appreciating distinct traits, celebrating differences, encouraging personal growth, respecting boundaries. Take the time to reevaluate yourself. Which one or two of these drivers are you motivated by? Explain your answer in detail. Identify what it looks like in reality. Talk to your partner about your personal drivers. How are they similar and how are they different? What compromises can be made in your relationship to improve its overall health? Pause the video to complete these questions in your journal. 8. Relationship dynamics to avoid. 1. Relationship minimalist. Core behaviors. Puts in minimal emotional effort. Does just enough to avoid conflict. Maintains relationship status quo without growth. Shows up physically but not emotionally. Participates superficially in relationship. Avoids deeper connection or intimacy. Takes more than gives. Resists additional responsibilities. 2. Relationship parasite. Traits but rarely gives, drains emotional energy, uses manipulation for needs, creates dependency, exploits partners' goodwill, lacks genuine empathy, makes everything about them, uses guilt as control, avoids responsibility, takes advantage of kindness, creates artificial crisis, constantly needs rescuing. 3. Dependent or codependent dependent personality. Characteristics, yes, of need for care, difficulty making decisions alone, fear of abandonment, needs constant reassurance, struggles with independence, submissive behavior, avoids personal responsibility, low self confidence, difficulty expressing disagreement, needs others' approval, struggles alone, sacrifices needs for acceptance, codependent personality, traits, excessive caretaking, poor boundaries, self worth tied to helping, enables harmful behavior, neglects own needs, controls through helping, fear of rejection, difficulty saying no, assumes responsibility for others, martyrdom tendencies, approval seeking behavior, loses identity in relationships. 4. Toxic relationships. Characteristics, emotional manipulation, gaslighting behaviors, consistent blame shifting, pattern of lying, emotional volatility, jealousy, and possessiveness, uses insecurities against others, creates drama, passive aggressive behavior, unable to accept responsibility, plays victim, undermines partner's confidence. 5. Unrealistic expectations, expecting partner to read minds, assuming automatic understanding, expecting perfect responses, wanting constant emotional alignment, constant happiness, never expecting conflict, avoiding necessary discussions, expecting perpetual romance, denying normal relationship cycles, Partner should meet all needs, expecting constant availability, wanting undivided attention, expecting perfect balance always, expecting partner to change core traits, wanting different personality, expecting different values, wanting transformation without effort. Everything should happen quickly. Rushing emotional processes, expecting instant trust, rushing commitment stages, always saying right thing, never having misunderstandings, perfect timing in discussions, always being emotionally available, unwillingness to compromise, one sided effort, lack of boundaries, emotional manipulation, control patterns, disrespect of individuality, excessive demands, lack of accountability, pattern of broken promises, emotional instability, consistent negativity, inability to accept feedback, reflect on your current relationship. Are there any signs of relationship dynamics that need to be addressed? What areas mentioned above need to be addressed by you? Complete and share with your partner. Pause the video to complete these questions and activities in your journal. 9. Summary. The importance of healthy relationships. Galatians 6 verse 2 admonishes that we should always be willing to help each other. Hebrews 10 verses 24 to 25 states that we should fellowship and encourage each other. Romans 12 verse 15 advises us to laugh and cry with others. The importance of self-discovery. Psalms 139 verses 23 to 24 asks that we seek self-discovery. Matthew 7 verse 3 admonishes us to stop looking at the faults in others and focus on fixing ourselves. Romans 12 verse 2 tells us to know who we are and what our purpose is. It will help us avoid conforming to the will of bad people. 2 John 1 verse 8 admonishes us to watch ourselves carefully. In your relationship, keep outsiders out of your relationship. The importance of understanding and working with others. 1 Peter 4 verse 10 tells us to use our talents, gifts, and abilities to help the people around us. Philippians 2 verse 4 admonishes us to look after the interests of the people around us. Thessalonians 5 verse 11 informs us that we should be actively working on building up each other. In summary, in all of our relationships, we should identify and take care of our own shortcomings. We should be actively helping others, sharing our experiences with others, searching ourselves to identify our strengths and weaknesses, with the intention of improving ourselves and being of more service to others. Questions to consider. What is your plan for actively identifying the needs of those individuals around you? What are 3 areas in your relationship where you can adjust and improve your attentiveness to the needs of others? Pause the video to complete these questions and activities in your journal. In conclusion, what is the power of right relationships? 1. The right relationships will boost self-awareness and understanding of others. 2. The right relationships will help you learn the role social inheritance plays in your thinking process. 3. The right relationships will help to reinforce strategies for healthy, productive relationships. 4. The right relationships help to identify potential unhealthy relationship situations to avoid. 5. The right relationships fosters focus towards finding the necessary high-quality people for your core friends. 6. The right relationships is a call to action to keep self-developing and adjusting as you mature into a better you. Thank you for taking this training. There are more exciting relationship topics to continue your journey towards a healthier and happier relationship.